witchcraft for the okra water, and it just reminded me of a time where I did actual witchcraft with my best friend. And mind you, we were young, we were like 13 years old, so we didn't know any better. But things did not work out as planned. Like crazy things started happening in one night. So we're like 13 years old on the swing. I'm telling her about the crush I have. She's telling me about her crush. And she's just like, I read somewhere that you can actually do a love spell. And I'm just like, a love spell? Do tell. So she's just like, all you have to do is write his name, write your name on a piece of paper, and fold the paper up. And it was at the time when Victoria's Secret was really popular. So they had like this perfume called Love Spell. She was like, spray some of that perfume on the piece of paper and put it underneath your pillow and just go to sleep. So she had the perfume. I didn't have the perfume. I ain't had no money to buy the perfume. So I was like, okay, well, you do it tonight and then bring me the perfume tomorrow and I'll do it tomorrow night. So we go home, whatever, and she does it. And then the next day we come back together, and literally that boy was all on her. The boy that she liked was like all on her. They were like this. And I was just like, what? It worked, y'all. So that night I got the perfume from her, and I do the same thing. And I like have my phone next to my pillow, so I fall asleep or whatever. I have the phone next to my pillow. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I get a text from the boy. I get a text from the boy I like, and I'm like, wait a minute. I know that this just didn't just work like that, right? So at that point, I was like, what? My man, my man, my man. I had that boy wrapped around my finger for like a whole week, y'all. But like weird stuff started happening. So first thing that happened is I caught my period for the first time. And if you know, you know. Caught my period for the first time. And then like I fell down a flight of stairs. I fell down a flight of stairs and I ripped my only winter jacket. Now, this may seem like little juvenile things, but like I said, we were 13. So at the time, like that's big deal. Like that's a big deal, those things that were happening. So I was just like, you know what? I think that this is like karma or something for me doing that love spell on the boy. I say all this to say that you cannot do anything that will make a person go against their own will. Like I'm to this day, I'm big on manifestation and all that stuff, but you cannot make a person fall in love with you, and you cannot make anybody do anything against their own will. Like that's something that we learned in like Disney movies back in the day. So yeah, y'all, just be careful with like any of that stuff. Like I don't suggest to do it. Like just stay away from it.
Yes. So let's say John Doe is doing a love spell on you, right? You have no desire to be with John Doe whatsoever. So you utilize your free will to go on about your life, and the spell backfires. Well, let's say in the ritual, John Doe is saying, Sage is only thinks about me. So what will happen is that John Doe is only going to think about Sage. You get what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. This is where ego comes in with a lot of practitioners. They feel like because they know these rituals and they consider themselves to be witches, that they are more powerful than the people that they are working on. Hoodoo is so ingrained and intertwined in the Black community that so many of our elders practice it without calling it that. So when people throw things out there like, oh, I'm going to hex you because you made me mad, or I'm going to make somebody love me, they literally do not know who they dealing with. You don't know who those people's ancestors are and how protected they actually are just because they don't consider themselves to be witches or practitioners.
Talk about a time where somebody did a love spell on me. I done had a couple love spells put on me, but this time it was so intense. People don't really talk about like what actually happens when you have a love spell on you, how you feel, and how do you know when a love spell is put on you, right? So my ex had put a love spell on me, and she had, a yellow, not a yellow, but a pink candle. She took my hair, put it in a candle. She carved my name and her name in a candle. And when she was doing it, she was saying that she was doing it because she wanted to make our connection, solid and strong. At this time, I didn't know nothing about, love spells or, nothing like that. So I was just taking her word for it like that. I'm weird. I'm doing whatever you want to do type, Later down the road, when I had got a reading, they informed me that she put a love spell on me, right? So what made me actually get the reading was because how I was feeling. You know what I mean? When you know yourself, and my discernment is top tier. So I just knew I was just off. I was thinking about this person 24/7. The car they drove, I would see it all the time. I would have dreams every night of this person, and I'm not over exaggerating. Every night, like clockwork, and I would wake up like, something not right. Like, I would call my sister, like, I'm thinking about this person too much. And like, if you know me, you know I'm not the obsessive type. Like, I'm just not that type. So like, I just knew something was off. Like, it was just odd. Like, every second of the day, I'm thinking about you. I'm hearing your name. I'm seeing your car. It was just like, something was off. When you know, you know. So I'm like, I gotta like find somebody to give me a reading, because something's not right. And lo and behold, the reader said they put a love spell on you and put me in a honey jar. But yeah, like, I just felt weird. Like, I just felt like I wasn't myself. Like, it was to the point where, like, I was obsessing over this person. And, like, I was obsessively thinking of him. I wanted to be around him all the time. And I'm not even like that. That's not even my personality. Like, if you know me, you know, like, I'm mad nonchalant. Like, yeah, I can get clingy, but I'm not obsessive. So I became obsessive. And it just wasn't, I didn't feel myself. Like, some of the thoughts that I was having weren't my thoughts, because I don't think like that. So, like, when you know who you are and you're aware of who you are and you know something off, get a reading or just do some research on, like, why I'm thinking about this person. Why do I feel like this? Like I was doing that. Like, I was just OD on just thinking about what I could do to figure out what's going on with me. And I had to get a reading. And what I thought got confirmed, because I knew something was put on me. I just didn't know it was a love spell and a honey jar. But yeah, you know, I did my little reversals and I got it off. And that was just one time that it happened to me, but then it happened to me again. And I was actually prepared this time, because I already knew what I was dealing with the last time. So I knew what to look for. I knew, like, the signs and everything. But long story short, I really don't condone when people be trying to take others' free will. Like, if somebody want to be with you, let them be with you. They want to obsess over you, let them obsess over you on their own. You trying to conjure up magic, kitchen magic, whatever, candle magic, whatever the case may be, that's not cool. Like, I think that's weird. I think people like that need to, like, be locked away. That's just my preference. Like, that's just my opinion. Because it's like, it gives, like, you're insecure. It gives you don't love yourself enough to even feel like somebody can love you authentically. You gotta go burn a candle or do some honey jar magic or put somebody's hair in a jar or on a candle or just a little, like, I think it's weird, to be honest. But, you know, y'all gonna do what y'all.
So you guys, I want to come on here and tell y'all about the time that I, when I first got into spirituality, thinking shit was all fun and games, I did a freaking love spell. Okay, so I told you guys that I pretty much started my spirituality back in 2021. This is when I like started researching stuff. I became heavy in like the mystical and everything like that. And I also had a dream about my twin flame merging with my soul, which is another video for another time. That's a whole different thing. But anybody that understands that kind of concept understands that you go through a process and you need to meet your karmic before you meet your twin. So in this instance, I mistaked my karmic for my twin flame. So I was overly kind of invested into this man. So, we were, sleeping together, talking, dating, whatever, for like 3-4 months, probably even like a year at this point. Like, I was so back and forth with him because I was pretty much the runner. Okay. But, I was so back and forth with him to the point where, years go past and, he stopped having interest in me. So me picking up on that, I pretty much was like, you know what, I'm going to do a love spell, which involved a honey jar and So, it worked. Definitely did. But that shit backfired. That shit backfired so motherfucking bad. So once I did the spell, I kind of forgot about it. Some months passed. I ended up meeting another guy. Now, this guy was just fucking terrible, you guys. Like, when I say, like, I used to have dreams about, like him being demonic and just, like, blood and demons and, like, some dark shit. That happened a lot. He convinced me to get rid of my familiar, which if you are a spiritual practitioner, you have familiars. Mine was a black cat named Xena. He made me get rid of her. After that, I lost my house. Well, not my house. I lost my car, lost my goddamn job. They turned off my lights behind me losing my job. I almost lost my house behind that. This man, I ended up getting sick, very, very sick with COVID, because this is around like 2021. What else? This man also gave me because he was sleeping around, cheating on me. I got into a car crash because of this man. Literally everything that could have went wrong went fucking wrong. Okay, so when they say don't do a love spell, believe them. Okay, believe them, because a lot of y'all too young. Now, am I gonna? And then I also became severely obsessed with that guy. Not the guy who did all this thing, but the other guy. But yeah, again, don't do a love spell, believe them, okay? I'm not gonna say I'm, very practiced in the art. I might still do a fucking love spell, but at least now I know to have some type of form of protection and to not want to do that on any and everybody, because some people are just narcissists. Some people are just not good for you, and then you curse yourself with being stuck with that person.
Y'all, imagine casting a love spell on a fucking narcissist and this man end up unaliving you. So y'all, I'm finna give y'all a story time on how this girl ended up losing her life all because she wanted this man to fall in love with her. So first thing first, they worked at the same facility together or whatever. And the girl had just started, I think the man, he was there for like probably 2 or 3 years or whatever. So when she came, they placed her in the department with him or whatever. So I guess he was her like trainer. They was like machine operators or whatever. So he was her trainer. He was showing her how to do the ropes and stuff like that to work in the machine. So, as time go on, you know what I'm saying, they chilling. Y'all know how it is when you in a set with a man and stuff like that, and then you end up talking to the man and yada, 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 and it go from there. But from the get-go, I don't think the man was looking for no relationship, and I don't think the girl was looking for no relationship either. But somehow she ended up catching feelings for him, and he was only trying to... So after months and months of them talking or whatever, she came to him and she was just like, I want to pursue a relationship. Like, where we stand at this point, because we've been talking for a long time. We done messed around, we did this, we did that. So, like, what's up? So I don't think he was feeling a relationship. I think he was like in and out with his baby mama or whatever situation he had going on the side. But I know he wasn't really into her. He was just trying to mess around with the girl. And then, y'all, he used to try to like manipulate this girl. He used to like lead her on, love bomb her. It was always one-sided with him. She was just like, enough is enough, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of playing games with you. So she laid her foot down. Basically, she was just like, it is what it is. If we're going to be together, we're going to be together. We not, then just leave me the fuck alone. But somehow, I don't know, this girl could not fucking get over him. And then what's so crazy is this man knew that this girl felt some type of way. And he just wouldn't leave her alone for shit. Like, if you don't like the girl, you don't want to fuck with the girl, why you won't just leave her alone? That's what I didn't understand. So then, y'all, they stopped talking for like a minute. Probably like, I ain't gonna say a minute. They probably stopped talking for like a week or two. And they working in the same set, but they wasn't talking. Like, at this point, she know what she doing and stuff like that. So she don't have to talk to him. So, somehow they end up talking. I think he ended up texting her or whatever. I don't know. But somehow they end up talking, start back talking or whatever. And, it was like on the same shit. Like, it's like they never fucking left off. The conversation picked up as if they never got into it. They never had the conversation about her trying to pursue a relationship. None of that. They just picked up where it left off, and she never did bring it back up or nothing like that for a long time. So then months and months go by, they back messing around, they back, flirting and all this other stuff. And then she brings up that she want a relationship again. And he just like, at this point, like, I'm tired of you sitting up here every few weeks or whatever, you bringing up a relationship and all this stuff like that. But he never did come direct and say, I don't want no relationship. He never did say, I don't look at you like that. He never did say none of that. He led that girl on the whole time thinking that, okay, it's a possible chance that we can be together. But he never did tell her, like, he was indirect. Y'all know how narcissist he is. So y'all, as time going on or whatever, she was just like, okay, they had started like, I don't know, it's like they would talk and stuff like that, and they would get into it about the smallest shit. And I just feel like, sis, if y'all get into it about the smallest shit, that should tell you this man is not for you. Like, God is not gonna force nothing at all. But obviously she wanted to force it. So they stopped talking for like a month. But she couldn't get over this man for nothing. She kept thinking about him, and it's kind of hard when you working with this person, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand that point. But she working with the man side by side every day. She have to look at this man that she done fell in love with, and this man don't look at her the same. After he done strung her along, he done love bombed her, he done told her this, told her that. And now, y'all at this point. So y'all, one day, I don't know, something came across her news feed where it was like, I don't know, y'all know when y'all in a broken-hearted relationship and all this other shit that's like relatable to your situation start showing up on your news feed, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, it starts showing up on your news feed. She came across this little love spell, you know, how to get your man and all that. And maybe she was Googling that shit. She probably was Googling that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't. So, y'all, this girl started doing her research on love spells. She was like, trying to see, like, you know, what could happen, you know, how crazy will people go behind a love spell. She just started doing her research about love spells or whatever. She got on TikTok. I think she watched a couple videos. I know she watched a couple videos because a couple of them she shared. So she started watching videos about, you know, the love spell and all this stuff like that. And y'all, every video that I saw that girl had watched or she shared or whatever, y'all, they was basically saying, like, don't do that. People have unalived their partner and this and that. You know, it's not that serious, all this stuff like that. But the girl was curious. She was curious as hell. That's why y'all got to be careful what the fuck y'all do and who the fuck y'all trying to attach to y'all. Because, baby, this shit is not no damn joke. But anyways, so she ended up doing it, y'all. She ended up doing it one night, and I think she was like, she didn't have no results the second or third night or whatever. Like a few nights she didn't have no results or whatever. So she was just like, fuck it, you know, she didn't believe in it. But then this man texted her out the blue. He texted her out the blue, and he was just like, I miss you. And he usually didn't text that, so she was like, damn, okay, you know, he you know, she didn't really think of the love spell either, y'all. She thought that it was just like a coincidence or some shit, like he just, you know, he just texted her because, like I said, y'all, they was on and off all the time, so she just looked at it like it was a normal routine with him. So, y'all, you know, they talking, everything going smooth and stuff like that, you know, for like a week or two. And then he just got to accuse her. Like I said, they work at the same facility or whatever. So he got to accusing her, like every time she would talk to another guy or whatever, or somebody would say hey to her, he was like, damn, you in everybody's face. Like he would just like make little smart ass comments, but he wasn't really just throwing himself out there to show that he's like he's jealous or something. I don't know. There's probably another terminology I could have used, but yeah, y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But anyways, she was like explaining to him, she was like, you know, she kind of like, why you checking me? You ain't even my dude. Then when I tried to ask you about a relationship and stuff like that, you didn't even want a relationship and all this stuff like that. Mind y'all, I don't think this girl realized that love spell that she put on that man, it actually freaking worked. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to make part 2 because I'm on my break and I gotta go back in. And he unalives you. Part 2. Now, first thing first, before I even start, I just want to say a lot of y'all under the comments talking about, oh, she got what she deserved and all this stuff like that. I agree, she shouldn't have did it, but I don't agree that she got what she deserved, because no person deserves to be unalived by another person. I feel like they both was in the wrong. She shouldn't have did what she did to him, and he shouldn't have killed her. This girl got 2 kids. Y'all got to understand, her youngest kid is 3, and her oldest is 5. And for the ones that saying that maybe he put the love spell on her first, I do agree. I completely agree. Because for some reason, she mentioned that she couldn't get over this man for nothing. No matter what she did, like she stopped talking to him, she was talking to other people, she couldn't get over this man for nothing. So 9 times out of 10, that sound like she was under the love spell too. She just kept saying that she kept thinking about him. She was having dreams about him. Like it was all the signs of, you know, her being under a love spell. Okay, let's finish the story. So, okay, like I said, they was at work or whatever. She was talking to this dude. I think this dude spoke to her. He was asking her something about the job. I don't know what they was talking about, but he came to her and he was like, damn, you in everybody's face. And, you know, she kind of brushed it off. She laughed and all this stuff like that. She was like, I thought you said you didn't want to pursue no relationship and stuff like that. Why you questioning me about who I'm talking to and all this stuff like that? Mind y'all, the way the girl was acting, you can kind of tell that she had forgot. I ain't gonna say she forgot about the love spell, but she probably felt like the love spell didn't work because, like I said, they was on and off, you know. So 9 times out of 10, she probably looked at it like, you know, he just probably checking in like he always do. So they go to their department or whatever, and he came up to her. He was asking her, like, what you and old dude was talking about, what y'all had going on. And she was like, nothing, you know, we weren't really talking about nothing and stuff like that. She didn't really go further detail about what they talking about. She just said nothing to him, and he walked away. So she said when she looked up, he was giving her like an evil look. He was giving her like a real evil look, and it kind of scared her. So she went down there and she asked him, like, why you looking at me? You know, she was in a playful mode. She didn't like, she didn't think nothing of it, y'all. She didn't think nothing of it. She didn't think that I don't think she thought that the love spell worked, like I said. So he was just like, when she went down there and asked him why he was looking at her like that or whatever, he was like, why was you in dude's face? That's what I'm trying to understand. You ain't really asked me. You said it was nothing, but I'm trying to understand why you was in his face. And she saying the same stuff, like, why you questioning me and all this stuff like that. And he was just like, don't worry about it, whatever. So they had stopped talking. They left work. He texted her and he was like, you better not be talking to that dude that you was talking to at work. And she was like, that's crazy. And y'all, what's crazy? The girl, I don't know what's wrong with her, but she asked him again about a freaking relationship. And he now one thing about it, the love spell, I don't know how the love spell works, but he still didn't want to pursue a relationship with her. But it's like he was like obsessed with her. He was trying to control her. He didn't want her talking to nobody else type stuff. So she goes home. Both of them go home or whatever. It's the end of the day. They go home. And she said bye to him, and he didn't say nothing to her. He didn't say nothing to her. He looking at her, crazy and shit. Like, he basically was in zombie mode. I don't know how this shit go, y'all, but that shit is demonic as hell. It's like, I don't know, he changed his whole face structure and stuff like that when he saw her. Like, he would be having a conversation, talking to somebody else, but it's like as soon as he laid eyes on her, it's like he would get in demonic mode. Like, he would just be so evil looking towards her. And she was like, she just didn't understand. So when she got home, she texted him and she was asking him like what all that was about, with you questioning me and you looking at me like that and all this stuff like that. And he was just telling her like, don't worry about it, you will see real soon. Y'all, and I don't want to get emotional telling the story because the shit finna get deep as fuck. So y'all, at this point, they, like I said, they at home, they had went home or whatever. And I think they was out for the next 3 days. They was out for either the next 3 days or the next 4 days or whatever. I don't know. But he texted her and he asked her if he could see her that night. And she was like, yeah, come over and all that stuff like that. And she happy, she not thinking nothing of it, y'all. You could tell this her first time doing some shit like this because she wasn't really playing her cards right. She wasn't cautious about nothing. So he came to her house, he's sitting on the couch, they talking, she offered him a drink and both of them smoke or whatever. She offered him to smoke. And he was like, nah, I don't want none of this shit. It's like he was just evil. It's like he wanted to be in her presence, but it's like he had hate towards her or something. I don't know. It's crazy. But y'all, she said she was sitting on the couch when she offered him to drink and when she offered him to smoke with her. And y'all, he just got up and choked her. He choked her and he was just like looking dead in her eyes. The same evil look he gave her at work, the same evil look he gave her when he walked through the door. He just was looking at her eyes evil as fuck. And when he was choking her, he was just like, you better not give my shit away. You better not give my shit away to nobody. And she was just like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you hurting me and stuff like that. Like, get off of me, bro. You hurt me. And he just started laughing. And he went back to his normal self. Y'all. And he just was looking confused. She said he was looking confused. Like, he wasn't even aware of what he just did to her. So she had made up some excuse about her having to do something or whatever to the point where he had to leave or something like that. I don't know. I think she said she had to go pick up her child or something. I don't know. But he ended up leaving or whatever. And he texted her and he apologized to her about what he did. He was like, I'm sorry. I got too aggressive with you and all this stuff like that. So I want to let you know that I apologize. And she was like, oh, it's okay and stuff like that. She thought that shit was sweet. She thought like, oh, okay, he protective of me, or he just crazy about me, I don't know. But y'all, okay, so the way her house is set up, y'all, she keep her blinds open. She said she keep her blinds open all the time. She sit on the couch, she smoke, she drink, and she just sit on the couch and she vibe and stuff like that. She said for some reason she looking out the window and he passes by. And then she didn't really say nothing. She didn't think nothing of it because she's like, in her head, she's like, that could have been anybody. That could have been anybody. So I'm not just going to say that was him. That's in the back of her head. She thinking that. She didn't say that out loud, but she thinking that in the back of her head. Like, that could have been anybody. So then he comes back around, but this time he's blowing his horn. He blowing his horn hard as fuck. And she just like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on and shit like that. So she calls him. She like, did you just pass by my house? And all this stuff like that. And he just get the clicking on her like, yeah, bitch, it better not be nobody in there and all this stuff like that. I'm gonna come upstairs and beat that door down and beat you down and this and that. He just was threatening her left and right. It's like he would get aggressive with her and then he'll come back too. And he'll just be nice. Y'all, this shit is crazy as fuck. Like, this shit's scary. I'm trying not to cry and all this stuff like that. Cause baby, it gets deep. This man was in this girl bushes waiting on her. Like, he was in her bushes, under her steps, under her car, behind a fucking trash can. Y'all, it got so crazy. Like, he didn't even recognize himself, I don't think, because it's like it was like a switch. 1 minute he was like real aggressive with her, then the next minute he like, damn, I apologize for what I did. I don't know what came over me. and all this stuff like that. That damn love spell. But anyways, I know y'all tired of these parts, but bitch, I'm at work and I ain't losing my job for now one of you hoes. Anyways, I'm finna go back in here. I'm gonna make part 3 a little later, probably when I get back on